Councillor, if I make a mistake here, in the past, usually each candidate has said
they have
a few words.
Yeah. Yeah. So if, first of all, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I'll have to say a few words. Well, evening everybody. I'm looking to stand, or I am standing for Mayor of Filey. I've been on for 4 years. I feel like I've established myself in my role as the Primrose Valley Ward on here. I've achieved quite a lot of things that I would like to. There's an awful lot more I would like to achieve. I'm on the understanding of what's happening within this council. I'm up to date on where we are with everything and where we're hoping to move forward to. I'm a fresh voice. I'm looking forward to working with Scarborough. I feel as a new person in Scarborough Council, with the new council, I go with nothing but clearness and straightforwardness. I don't know anybody on there. I've got no allegiances to anybody. So therefore I just feel I'm in a position that could represent this council very well, and would look forward to hoping to have the confidence of your vote. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Councillor Holden-Banks. Councillor Haddington, would you like to say a few things, and then it's on the part 11 part?
Yes, thank you, Chair. I had a break from this council about 20 years, I think, and this year I decided to put myself forward to the town council again, because I have to be honest, I feel this town council had lost its way, and I think that was proved by the election with the elective of 8 new councillors, and I think the 4 remaining councillors were voted back on because they were the only 4 councillors that the public had any faith in. I also feel that my previous 15 years on this council gives me a good understanding of the workings, and my previous 2 occasions as mayor back in 93, 94, 95, 96 gives me very good experience to take on the role within a new council, because I believe a new council needs a new leader. Thank you.
Right, thank you for that. Councillor Cockrell.
Yes, as I said, I've followed before Councillor Haddington. Earlier this month, as Colin said, the electors sent out a clear message, and the thrust of that message being for the town council to change tack and be far more positive. And I hope that the next 4 years will see the town council taking notice of that very clear message from the start. I was pleased that at Monday's meeting, Councillor Axby echoed my thoughts that everyone needs to now draw a line under what has happened or been said in the past, and work for the future of our town and its residents. We have before us 2 very worthy candidates for the honour of representing our town as town mayor. Both have shown their commitment to Filey, both within this chamber and elsewhere. We can start our term of office by electing a councillor with experience, but who also brings fresh blood to this chamber. Councillor Haddington has experience of serving on the town council, although not, as he says, for some time. Thus, I would suggest he fulfills criteria, experience and fresh blood. As he said, he previously served as town mayor on 2 occasions. And additionally, and I believe very importantly, he has knowledge of the workings of the Borough Council. Knowledge that, together with that of others, will prove invaluable in efforts to improve relations within all the tiers of local government, and to work for the benefit of Filey and our residents. It will all be most useful when, hopefully, the Town Council enters into discussion with the Borough Council in regards to Filey's public toilets. For the next 12 months are likely to see a great deal of discussion and negotiation with the Borough Council, and I firmly believe at this point in the life of the Town Council that Councillor Haddington has the wider experience necessary to take us forward in these discussions. I believe this broader spectrum of knowledge about the Borough Council will prove essential if we are to move forward and re-establish a productive working relationship with the Borough Council.
Right, thank you for that, Councillor Cockrell. Yes, Councillor Day.
Yes, just going to say, because I feel like Colin, with respect to Colin, he's having another person speak on his behalf. Jackie, I'm going to say a few words on Jackie's behalf. I've only kind of really got involved in everything we've been involved in, from getting involved with the Trees Garden campaign, which Jackie really was kind of instrumental in starting along with Terry and Becky. So she is passionate about the town, definitely. It can't be nobody can take that away from her. And I also think there's so many others new people. I think it sends out a clear message to the town that we want change. You know, everybody that's already on the council, don't take anything away from you guys, you've done a tremendous job, but I just feel that Jackie would be a good candidate to show Filey that, you know, we want to change things, and that's why Jackie will get my vote.
Right, thank you for that. Is there anybody else wish to say anything about either of the candidates? Councillor Linda Randall.
Can I just say, it seems to me, you know, the history of Filey seems to just reflected on that board, that people have been mayor several times. And I think sometimes people have got to be given an opportunity. And we've just explained that with someone fresh on board, I think, you know, Jackie is just as capable of achieving what's been outlined by the other gentleman here on this committee.
Right, thank you very much for that. Councillor Haxby.
Yeah, I've done a lot of soul searching about this last 3 days. And as Councillor Cockle says, it's going to be a very difficult 12 months. We've got a lot of bridges to burn, a lot of friends to make now. And I personally would have liked Jackie to have been Deputy Mayor, just to get a year's experience prior to taking it on, because it's not an easy job. Unfortunately, I do feel that Colin has the experience. And if Jackie could shadow him for a year, I think it would be all for the better, honestly. Because we need that experience to deal with the borough. It's a brand new borough system. And I don't even know it now. And I think Colin will be hard pressed really to find his way around it, but he knows the people. And I think this is what we need, is somebody that can deal with them on our behalf and sort the mess out that everybody's in. It's not our fault. We have been underinvested in under previous cabinets and governments and councils. And I think Colin knows the system, and he can hopefully redress the balance somewhat. And that's all I'm going to say. It was very, very difficult decision.
Right, thank you for that, Councillor Haxby. Councillor Shackleton.
Thank you, Jay. I'd just like to wish both candidates good luck in this election. And I think most people have made their mind up actually before the meeting began. So I'd like to suggest that we move on to the vote.
I just ask if any other councillors wish to say anything before we move on. Is there? No? Right then, we'll move on then. First of all, we'll take the vote for Councillor Holden Banks, seeing as though she was the first one to be proposed. All those in favour of Councillor Holden Banks, please show. Thank you. Those in favour of Councillor Haddington. Okay. Okay. That Councillor Holden Banks will be our next mayor.
Thank you.
If you can vote oh yeah. Okay, I guess I'll take that one first. Right.
We'll take a photograph.
Put that on your side. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
I'd like to wish you all the best of luck.
Sure.
I know you'll need it.
Thank you.
Madam Chairperson,
Don't take any trouble from them.
Oh, actually, we've gone on to video.
What an horrible thing.
Right, thank you. You're on number 3. I'll stay until you get home. Thank you. I'll stay. Right, thank you.
You've got a video on it.
Well, thank you all very much for your confidence, and I can assure you I will do my utmost to represent this council to the best of my ability, locally and anywhere that I attend on council business. The first thing I would very much like to do is thank Councillor Walker for all his time that he's put into this council and the years that he's put in, and you will be truly missed on this council. And thank you very much for all your work to Filey Town.
Thank you for that.
So, yeah, Councillor Hackney.
Just on behalf of the councillors, could I thank Richard for his last term in office. It's been his 5th term, which is unprecedented in the history of Filey Town Council. 5 terms is one hell of a lot of work. And Richard has done it admirably and has made a lot of friends with Jackie in the town. Without Jackie, he would never have been able to do it. She's a lovely lady. Always has a pocket full of mints. Likes a wine or two. And the habit of knocking on doors walking home, but that's another story. But without Jackie Richard, I'm sure we'll admit he couldn't have done it.
Now, you've got to have somebody that stood at side of you and actually help you through things.
Well,
You really do.
I'd like to thank you both, Richard. You've made a lot of friends in this town. There's been an awful lot of good press, good reports from you both. And on behalf of all the councillors, thank you, Richard, for your last 5-year terms. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. I know she is.
What?
Give us a minute.
No, I would
You
just
can go
like
now,
to
you know.
say,
Yeah.
no, I'd like to say something.
Stand up.
When you are a councillor, I've been a councillor myself, please remember you are not doing it for your glory, you're doing it for the people of Filey, you're their representative. Because so many councillors will say, I've done this, I've done that, and it's not. You're part of a team. You're all working together. So anyway, you lot, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Council will now elect the Vice Chairman of the Town Council and Deputy Town Mayor for May 2019 to May 2020. I now invite members to make proposals in relation to the election of Vice Chairman. Do we have anybody that would like to?
I'll propose Councillor Harrington.
Do we have a seconder?
I'll find it.
Anybody else?
Oh, you know,
Opposed?
No.
Yes. Is that, are we all good? Then I'd happily like to say Councillor Harrington, Vice Chairperson. Congratulations. Yeah, I've got to vote, sorry, I'm putting you here. Yeah,
Come on round,
sorry.
Councillor Harrington.
No, we haven't voted, it's my mistake.
That's it.
You
know, it makes it legal.
Yeah, thank you.
Richard, well done.
That's why I've been making it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, and you too, thank you.
Jenny, we should stick to that. Where did he go? Here we go, Councillor Addington. Thank you. New Deputy Mayor of Finance.
Can I have a copy of the policeman deputy?
Oh, right, go on, John.
No, okay, so I do believe now we're going to sign our acceptance of office. Thank you.
You've got to do it all now.
Yeah, you're not using your money chairs, nothing.
Okay, so number 4. No. Oh, God, there's stuff on here, isn't it? Okay, so we just have some things we'd like to hand out, please, if we may.
The bishop come forward, please.
Linda.
Sorry. We didn't do that.
Eight's happening.
You need to take another, because Jackie was looking into your eyes.
Just hold on a minute. Jackie, did you listen to which is more control and I appreciate it.
Have a look at it after.
Ask them ex-mayor to come up and also receive.
Thank you, Jackie.
You're helping me up.
Oh, thank you, John. Oh, thank you. Jackie and Jackie. Which one is it over there?
Sisters, aren't they?
Right, number 4 on the agenda, apologies. I will now hand over to Cliff Park to read out a list of apologies.
I've received apologies from Councillor Busworth, who's on holiday.
At this point, I will move Standing Order 3E and adjourn the meeting to allow Councillor Cross to speak in relation to the business code against us.
Thank you, Chair. Firstly, I'd like to wish yourself and Councillor Addington congratulations on both being elected as Mayor and Deputy Mayor. I'm sure you will do a splendid job for Friday and I wish you all the best. At the same time, I just want to, speak to the councillors and, they're now getting together with all the, bits and pieces and wish them all the best. And I think if we can actually be positive that 5 years moving forward past and, under new councillors and a new regime in Scarborough, I'm very looking forward to working with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay. Right. Declaration of interest.
Put the leaf, please.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a lovely evening. We'll be leaving it
Don't want to get drinks from you,
Absolutely so, yes. I've been informed. Right, so number 5 on the agenda, declaration of interest. Are there any declarations of interest from members in relation to items on the agenda? No. Number 6, minutes of the ordinary meeting held on Wednesday the 10th of April 2019. The minutes have been amended to reflect the comments made at the previous meeting. Could I have a proposal for those, please, if you've all read them and you're happy with the amendments that are made?
I'll move those again.
Thank you. And the seconder? Thank you. Number 7, delegation arrangement. Oh yes, I do beg your pardon. I need to make a vote that you all accept those minutes. I'm dashing on. I haven't seen them. You haven't seen them? The amendment meeting from Monday night, I think, was amended.
I've been amended in respect to the request from Councillor Wilkie in terms of the addition of the issues that Councillor Holden Banks made, and also in terms of the comments with respect to the funding.
Did they come under a separate email?
They haven't got out as an email yet.
Oh, right.
We didn't send it out. We just, we just literally did them at the end of play.
Yeah.
Councillor Cockrell.
Madam Mayor, I'm not prepared to accept anything I haven't seen.
We'll propose that, we'll postpone that until the next meeting.
Yeah, we'll postpone that to the next meeting minutes. Do that for me. Yes.
I believe when I moved the minutes on Monday evening, my recollection is that members agreed to accept those minutes with the amendments.
Yes, that's what was, I was at that meeting, that was.
So they've already accepted the minutes with those amendments.
So we'll move those as accepted then, if everybody's happy with that. Everybody apart from Councillor Cockrell?
I can't remember. I know it was mentioned, but I can't remember whether it was.
You alright?
Well, there was only 4 people at that machine that were actually here who could vote on it.
Right. So we all happy with what's happening there? Okay.
If the majority agree to accept them,
Yeah. Do the majority agree to accept these minutes that have been moved, or would you all like them to be put back on and then instead you can have another look at? You accept them? You accept them? So show of hands then, please, if you'd like to accept the minutes. Show of hands, please, everybody that do. Right, have you got all them? Right. Thank you. So those are gone through.
my recollection also, they weren't important.
No.
They were just things that...
Just comments that have gone, yeah.
Number 7, delegated arrangement, scheme of delegation. So I'm assuming you've all had a chance to read the document, and do any members wish to make a comment or ask any questions? Yes, Councillor.
Basically, these are some information on this, so I think we should move.
So can we have someone
Accept
propose that?
the document.
And a seconder? Councillor Wilkie seconded it.
Vote to accept the document.
And then with a vote to accept it. C. Committee and Working Party Terms of Reference. So I invite the Council to consider the review below and to resolve whether to change any or all of the committees listed below. I'm sure you've all had plenty of time to look at. Does any members wish to make a comment or ask any questions? Councillor Shackleton.
I am quite surprised that this is comfortable, Council, because as a rule it's the new committees that will accept and alter any terms of reference.
Would you like to add that?
This was in fact requested by the Strategic Planning Committee to be brought to this meeting.
I apologise, Mr. Clark, I think I was on holiday when it happened.
Again.
Councillor Wilkie.
Sorry, you done. All I can comment on is the ones that I've been on previous. So I think planning definitely, we felt that there was not enough people on there this last year. So I definitely agree that it should be increased.
This is the terms of reference, Councillor Gay.
This is for the number of people
on the
committees.
Sorry,
Yes.
Yeah. I think this is D, is it?
Yes, it is big.
Yeah.
It's moving up to 9 from 6 on the committee.
Yeah.
Could I possibly just give a quick word of clarification in terms of how this happened? During the last council year, there was a number of occasions when we had difficulties in getting attendance to meetings. And I think my recollection is that we had 8 meetings that we had to cancel due to the meetings not being able to be quorate. And also there was a number of instances where decisions had been made by a minimal number of people, i.e. 3, that were subsequently questioned in full council as to the wheres and whereabouts of these decisions. In terms of this going forward, what I would like you to look into, to consider is that if we do adopt this as a whole, and I say it as a whole, it will mean that every councillor does need to be happy to sit on 4/5 committees each, and it is only with our existing structure is only a problem if people do not attend meetings. A couple of the committees who have very good attendance never had the problem with this. It's been the committees where there have been regularly only 3 members attending the meetings, where it's been difficult to sort of get those 3. And when 3 people do get there and they do make a decision of a reasonable amount of importance, then those have been questioned in the full council meeting subsequent to those decisions being made. So I'd just like to think about those 2 things. That one, if you do it, that means there is a lot more meetings to attend, and secondly, that the problem is really about to be solved by attending the meetings that you have said that you will be attending. We know that it's not, we know we can't legally get you to come, because the only legal requirement is for you to attend 1 meeting every 6 months. But morally, you know, if you put down to be a member of the committee, then we hope that you can attend as many meetings as possible.
Thank you. Councillor Shackleton.
Yeah, I would stress that in planning meetings on a regular basis when this item did come in front of us. But last year was an absolute one-off. I have never known meetings to be so short in numbers. As I say again, it was a one-off last year. And it's difficult enough to get members to attend on 2 or 3 committees, let alone 5 or 6. So I am dedicated to increasing the number of members on these committees. And if anybody would like to propose, I'll propose that we don't accept.
Councillor Miller.
Mine was just I wanted to reference the times of the property committee in particular. Just that I know that a few people that have put forward to it put themselves forward because of the Queen Street Gardens, and myself and I know some others can't do it in the day, so that's why I would like to change it to the evening property. Because go on.
Councillor Gay.
Just to link with what Sally was saying, if the problem to attendance is it the times that need to be shifted, the times of the meetings as opposed to how many people need to be on them, if that's what we need to look at, especially now that there's probably more people that are working full time or got other commitments, but they can't make them.
I totally understand what you're saying. I think the thing is to decide whether we're going to have 9 or 6 on these committees, because we can organise when the times are once people say we'll be on the committee. So if there's enough people that wants to be on property that meets in the day, it can be altered to suit enough people that are on it. The problem is getting enough people to be on these committees. I think that as far as I'm aware, finance has got the most that people want to be on, which I do believe is 9. we haven't got as many full ticks on any other committees at the minute yet, so as far as I'm aware, I will take clarification from the clerk. Yes.
Surely property needs to be a daytime. Surely you do site visits, which you couldn't do at night. Well, except in the summer, but you couldn't do site visits in the winter at night. No.
Museum in the
Someone
village.
speaking at
Yeah,
one
sorry,
point,
can we,
I can't hear
no, we can't hear
what you're
everybody.
saying.
One at a time, please, if you don't mind. Sorry, have you still?
Yeah, I finished.
Not finished.
Yeah.
Right, Councillor Cotswold.
Yeah, there's obviously been some problems, as been said, particularly over this last year, and that's why these recommendations are being put forward. I would suggest we give them a try, but I would say, taking on board about what's being said about the timing, that it's the committees themselves that decide what time they want to meet. And as regards to what Councillor Robinson said about the property, if you had the general committee meetings for property on an evening, there's nothing to stop you having a site meeting during the daytime as required. So I think let's give it a whirl and see how it goes. We can review it next year.
The only problem I would have is the F&GP meetings. It was always kept at 6 because it was an important committee, and 6 wasn't half the full council. So whatever F&GP decided, they didn't have the full say over the council. So they didn't have the chance to meet, and that has been there since time immemorial. For that reason that F&GP were kept below half of full council. And if you start building numbers up on that, you might as well discuss it all in full council. That's the silly thing, that's why we went to committees. In the full council meetings were becoming long. And then we started on committees. And now you're going, committees are becoming the size of full council.
Can you give any further clarification on that, Carl?
There is another option that isn't here, but we can discuss it, is that we can go to each committee and they can adjust their own terms of reference in terms of the number of people that they consider needs to be on there, and then we can add councillors onto that when it is required. So in terms of the date and the time, as the chair rightly says, that will be decided by the committee in terms of when that body is elected. It will be decided by them what date the meeting will be on the time of that meeting.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Gage.
Kind of sounds what David's just said about curate, is it? Quorum, right. So I think David said that each committee decides whether or not they want to increase the quorum. So is that what you just said, just so it's clear in my mind? Right. But we will be able to vote on that now. We have to say who goes on what committee, and then
you
decide
have a
on
decision.
what
Yeah.
Okay. But then the councillor Hackney has just referenced, it seems as though increasing the numbers, it's almost like the whole council involved in everything. So why don't we just get rid of, it's just a suggestion, don't you think, the individual committees and have, say, 2 meetings a month where we all perhaps do everything? I don't know, have a... No, too much.
Nothing would ever get decided.
Okay.
Councillor Randall.
I think you've got to take into account people's actual interests, skills and talents as well, and what they feel they can bring to each sort of committee that they're actually volunteering for. And we have to respect the fact that people have got a life out of the council and we have other commitments. So I would actually be quite happy to have fewer numbers actually on the committee, not increase the number personally.
Councillor Robinson.
Could we have the same number of people as there are currently, but make the quorum higher? So if you've got 6 members on, the quorum could be 4, say.
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah.
But again, that could be, if that isn't proposed this evening, that could be proposed in each committee's own.
Councillor Hackney.
To move progress, Madam Chairman, I would propose we keep the status quo as it is. Let the committees then decide if they have enough, if they haven't enough. And if there's not enough, then
Let's revisit it.
revisit it through full council.
I will second that. You want to?
Second.
You'll second that, right. Can we have a vote? Is everybody clear with the vote? Yeah. Amber, please. So everybody, are you remaining?
Well, I think if more people got on a committee, you've got to better broad, scope people to vote on things, haven't you?
Yes, you have, but my understanding is that we can change this later on if we want to put more on it. It's just to move this
But all the
through.
committees can change it then.
Yeah,
It's
Yes.
not- yes.
Yeah.
The committee don't want any more people on it, that's it.
Is that
I
right?
disagree with
Yeah.
that. Let's say we also have to make a decision that
But we've already voted now, so we've already voted for this to go through. I'm sorry if you put your hand up, I should have had your input there. And it's been, everybody voted for.
If I could clarify, the proposal was that if each committee decided they didn't have enough members, then the committees could then decide to add more
committees
members.
can already decide that, they can't.
So, yeah.
That's how we're happy with it. I can't work with that. So, just to see.
Right, so we're all good. We're all sorted with that one, the same as we are. Right, so now we've got council to read the terms of reference to 51 to be announced, like finance and... Yeah, so you've read the terms of reference, what have you finished with that one?
No.
So this is for the events and lighting, finance and general purpose, planning, property, staffing, strategic planning, town map and guide. Yeah, and emergency planning. So a chance to read the terms of reference for this, and if anybody else, or does anybody wish to make a comment or ask any questions regarding this one, please? Councillor.
If there's no comments, I'd like to propose that we accept.
This is one thing, could I ask, if you can propose that as either one block or one by one?
On what?
Have we got a seconder for that, please?
The relevant committees do review
Yeah.
annually.
And a vote? Thank you.
Making it quite easy for you to see.
I'm very happy, thank you so much. Quite good for the Okay, so 8A. Committees and the working party appointments. Council will now make appointments to the council's committees and working parties for the May 2019 and May 2020 municipal year. I'm going to hand over to the clerk who will set out the arrangements for voting.
Okay, first of all, if we have just a short recess to allow the chair and the deputy chair to decide which of the council, which of the committees there will be the ex officios on. It could be any split you like, but I would suggest it wasn't 6 and 0, because there is a requirement on the terms of reference for there to be an ex officio on each of the committees.
Madam Chairman.
Oh, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I think it's
No, short, three, short and stuff. Yeah, so if Colin is on finance. You both on property, both on property. Yeah. Jackie, you're on I'm property, yes. Tell Mark to go.
John.
Colin. Lucas is for energy.
Oh, is it? I've just got the clock.
Says boring.
I realised the glass wasn't enough on Monday. I think
We're doing okay.
Hold it in.
School will be individually.
I've been at school all day teaching. Which exam? What was it today? Science. Oh, English. Have you all been taking seats to start again when the basics have been doing that? Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to hand round some slips, and the first one we're voting on is for the finance committee, so you can please vote.
Sure, we just have to amend it to delete
Yeah.
Councillor Hannigan's name from the list.
And we're looking for 6, are we?
We're looking for 5.
We're looking for 5.
So as you will see on the,
She's on it, okay.
when you get them handed round, there is a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 potential candidates, and each councillor has the opportunity to vote from a maximum of 5 candidates.
I have a squeaky chair today. In a minute.
Thank you, Candy.
This is just a tick exercise.
Just a tickle across.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, good.
And I could ask for if there will be a short recess here when we do a count, because it's obviously relevant who's on each committee, because as we get further down the list where there are insufficient people who've nominated the committee, then we will be twisting people's arms to come onto the committees that possibly where they haven't been elected.
Just doing a bit of
Sorry, can I just say something? It's a bit confusing this to me because we don't know what people have already. I haven't got a copy of what people have already put their names forward for. So by giving us.
Sorry, that was given out as part of the.
No, that's
No, it was handed out today.
Great email.
Yeah, email today.
Sorry, I haven't got that. So I'm thinking, what am I doing?
Oh, it's the same. Sorry.
This is more technical.
Unless you said it, or
Are you going to sign them?
I did.
Sorry, it makes sense now, thank you. Looking at quite lost there. Might be for granted.
did you not get it email? It came out today. An Excel with that, everyone went to work. That one.
This was all printed up.
Makes sense now. I'll message you. Please do.
There are 3 that are oversubscribed.
And it's on the left. And the few that are subscribed at all, that we can
Mike, do you need to back just now? Do you need to back?
No, it's very good. Just a leave down. For the rest of the job.
You're getting there as well.
Got a bit.
Pin the tail on the donkey.
2, 3 times.
Although it looks very grandchairy.
It's not.
Yeah, put it on us.
That's a bigger cushion,
No. 4, 5, 6.
Is that in line with the free?
Sadly, last one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do you know? It's recording.
We could go to a place.
Madam Mayor, is there any wine in the fridge?
No, but I think there should be.
Can we go back?
Can you get that? Well, there might be a quick decision to up the number. It's happened before.
Okay, right, thank you everybody. We have some information regarding the finance committee. We've been added up, and just to let you know who has been successful to be on that committee. We have a few cards.
The 5 councillors have been voted onto the committee are Councillor Haxby, Councillor Mills, Councillor Shackleton, Councillor Howgate and Councillor Crawford Gage. That's the Finance Committee.
Right. Can we do the same?
Same with planning. Planning sheet.
So I'm just going to hand round some more for you to vote on. Anything to do with the planning?
Cool. Jackie, you're official.
No.
No.
Colin.
On finance.
There's only 6 on anyway, so why don't we have all 6?
We should get quicker at this as we go on.
Yes.
When was last?
Are we all done? Councillor Shackleton, can I ask on you to perspective?
Put me in your braces and fire him.
Oh, of course, he was his man back.
Every hour from him.
Leave my man back out.
Well, that's good. You're all right. Very, very free to do this, not just about this one.
Yeah, done. We'll just summarise that. Get the football on, please.
No, they're not
Have
one
you
of
got
them.
BBC player on?
I've got Diva. Diva around.
Okay, so this is on planning.
Planning, duly elected with Colin Haddington as the ex officio are Councillor Wilkie, Councillor Bosworth, Councillor Howgate, Councillor Mills and Councillor Parkin. It's property next.
This is the last one to vote on, then we need to make sure that
Unless there's more people on the thing.
There's only 5
There's only
people
5.
standing for
Property.
the property. Only one side candidate. There were 7, but these 2 are both on.
No, there's only one of them.
Yeah.
Only one of them.
Only one, so there's 6, so you need to pick 5 and 6.
Right, so
The chair, in this case, the chair is not duly elected under the,
No.
under the committee, it has to be
So
voted on.
you'll be standing for this week.
Well,
Yes.
Colin to come off.
Okay.
You want to probably do it.
Would you like me to collect this then?
Sorry for him.
No, you just need to...
He's had enough exercise.
Stretch your leg.
Doesn't need a rest.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
It's like those boxing matches, isn't it? Round 3.
Kids on his education,
When I walk around with the kids, I'm like, it's not held up in the air, I'm just staying with it.
Leeds United, nil, Derby County.
Some of them actually were.
I missed the name off.
Hang on, sorry. Colin Hamilton. You'll keep up on the Harrogate Mills.
Sorry.
Whilst the company that maybe you council could consider if anybody would like to join in the events and lighting, we need 2 more for that. Staffing, we need 2 more, and Matt Town and Guide, we need a further 3 people to join in there if you're not already putting yourself forward. Because we need to fill them before we can move on. You're staffing, I will staffing. Time and Matt Town, we just need 1 more for that actually.
We are,
Right, so just announce now who's on property, thank you.
along with Councillor Haddingham as ex officio, the council members will be Councillor Robinson, Councillor Holden Banks, Councillor Mills, Councillor Crawford Gage and Councillor Parkin.
Can you repeat that much slowly? Colin.
Colin, Councillor Robinson, Councillor Holden Banks, Councillor Mills,